What's going on, guys? Back with another video. So we got another clip here of Pierre going in pretty hard at Mark Carney and the Liberal government here, as is pretty well deserved, as we all know. Broken promises, no budget, same cabinet as Justin Trudeau, elbows down instead of elbows up, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to have a look at what Pierre has to say here. Now, before we do get into this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help grow the channel. And I really appreciate you guys for doing that for me. So let's have a look, then we'll talk about it.
The promises have not been kept, and meanwhile, Canada's economy gets weaker. The deficit is now bigger under Carney than it was under Trudeau. Inflation is rising. Home building is falling. Tens of billions of dollars of net investment have left Canada since he took office. Not a single major pipeline or natural gas facility, a new one, has been identified for approval by the Carney government, and we're going in the exact wrong direction. In fact, there are 9 major energy projects right now that mining projects that are waiting for federal approval, many of them backed by...
Waiting? But wait a minute, I thought Mark Carney said we were going to do things we've never done before at speeds in which we've never seen before. Man, this guy had a lot of tough talk and not a lot of follow-through. I've said it many times before. I'm going to say it again. Liberal voters, swing voters, you got duped. If you're a non-voter and you think that Pierre Poilievre and Mark Carney are the same thing, you've been duped. It's time to give that head a shake and wake up.
Indigenous people. It now takes 18 years to get a mine approved in Canada. The Liberal government has killed $670 billion of resource projects. 16 major projects are dead. Their emissions cap is going to kill, according to the parliamentary budget officer, 54,000 jobs. That will vaporize $20.5 billion of GDP. And these are all self-imposed, self-inflicted attacks by the Liberal government on our economy. On housing, Mr. Carney promised the fastest and biggest buildup of housing since the Second World War, that he would double home building. Since that time, home building has actually gone down in Canada.
Oh, another broken promise. I mean, all this guy did was lie during his campaign, came up with this really silly strategy of elbows up, which is not even a good or clever slogan. All the people, these liberals, said they hate slogans, but when Mark Carney came up with the lamest one of all, they liked it, and it wasn't even true. He was never putting his elbows up, or except for when he won the election and him and his wife were dancing like, I don't even want to say the word, with their elbows up. You remember that? I don't even want to show it because it's so cringy. It just, ugh. Who even wants to see it? But I know you all remember it. The elbows up chicken dance. I mean, say what you will about Canadians. I mean, again, I love this country. I love the people here. But man, politically, most people are just asleep at the wheel.
And according to his own housing agency, it will fall next year and the year after that. It will not even be half of the 500,000 annual builds that he has promised. So far, he's still trying to set up a new bureaucracy with an awkwardly named Build Canada Homes, because he hasn't even set up the office. He hasn't built an office or built the bureaucracy yet, let alone built a single home. We need to get building now. And that's why the Conservative proposal for a Sovereignty Act will take action immediately. In this fall, we will introduce a motion calling on the government to put forward this legislation. The Sovereignty Act will legalize pipeline and other major projects by repealing the anti-development law C-69. It will legalize shipping Canadian energy off the northwest coast of BC by repealing C-48. It will axe the industrial carbon tax, something the Europeans are doing, and given that our competitors in America have no industrial carbon tax, it is untenable to force our people and our industries to pay this tax. We will get rid of the oil and gas cap that kills jobs. We will get rid of the ban on plastics, the petrochemical industry that produces our plastics. The plastics themselves are essential, and so are the jobs that go along with it. This, by the way, this plastics ban is not about, it's just saving your straw. It's about saving you about $400 or $500 a year in food that would otherwise go bad because it would not have plastic to preserve it. And we have a wonderful Alberta-based petrochemical sector that contributes to plastics that we need to protect. We'll get rid of liberal censorship laws that prevent our energy companies from talking about their incredible achievements and their environmental stewardship. We will legalize into the future your right to drive a gas or diesel-powered truck or car by repealing the liberal EV mandate. All of this will be in one bill. Next, we're going to reward those who build.
You know, speaking of the EV mandate, those pro-choice liberals really aren't pro-choice, are they? They like abortion. I don't know why they just don't come out and say, hey, you know, I'm just pro-abortion. Stop with this pro-choice crap. Because you're not. And even our so-called conservative ministers like Tim Houston, who's basically a liberal, now wants to ban you from going hiking instead of just banning smoking or, you know, doing anything with fire in the woods, because obviously there's a big problem with all the heat. It's very dry. I understand the concern, but they're banning hiking, for crying out loud. Then they want to ban plastics. They want to ban which kind of car you want to drive. They want to force you to take certain medications and lock people down. Mandates this, lockdowns this. Pro-choice? My ass.
We'll get rid of the capital gains tax when you reinvest your proceeds here in Canada. This will cause a boom in Canadian investment. Here in Canada, we get about half the investment per worker as they do in the United States of America. We get about 14, 15 grand of investment per worker in Canada. In the States, it's 28 grand, both measured in US dollars. So no wonder that the American economy is leaving us behind. We need to reward investment by letting people who sell one asset and reinvest the money in Canada do so without capital gains tax. We will give free trade bonuses to the provinces, paying them the economic benefit that results from them opening their markets to fellow Canadians.
And that's what we need a lot more of, incentives. Right now we have red tape, bureaucracy, too many taxes. You're decentivized to build here, to work here, to live here. Let's bring incentives back. Let's make it, hey, if you do good things, we're going to reward you. If you do bad things, we're not going to reward you. See, again, the liberals, they hate slogans so much, but this is common sense. This isn't even really a slogan. It's just a phrase that a lot of people, especially on the left, have just completely abandoned. Common sense.
We'll protect innovation by requiring in this law that the minister do a review and present a plan to stop the mass sell-off of Canadian inventions, discoveries, and innovations. We pay for all these incredible technological breakthroughs in Canada, often with tax dollars that subsidize it at university research and elsewhere, and then it's sold off to the Americans. And we become dependent on them for the technology that we ourselves invented. Finally, outside of the bill, we are making a call to action. Today, Conservatives are calling on Prime Minister Carney to have pipeline construction underway for at least 2 projects and to have at least 1 new natural gas liquefaction project and a road to the Ring of Fire in Ontario under construction by the first anniversary of him taking office. The Prime Minister can and must do this, and he can do it by consulting First Nations as required under Section 35 of the Constitution. Now, you might say, this is too ambitious. How could you possibly get a pipeline under construction in mere months? Well, he's been in office already since last March, and he said, and I quote, we need to think big and act bigger. We need to do things previously thought impossible at speeds we haven't seen in generations. I couldn't agree more. That doesn't happen through meetings, through plans and speeches and forums and press releases. It happens through action. We need shovels in the ground, and we need deadlines to make those shovels dig and get things done. This is a test of leadership. Now is a time for action. We're calling on the Prime Minister to live up to his words and the very boastful promises that he made during the election. We do this because we want to put our country first. We want Canada to be truly economically self-sufficient and sovereign, and we want this to be once again a country where hard work earns a powerful paycheck that gives people a great life and an affordable home on a safe street. That was the Canadian promise that the country made me when I was growing up here in Calgary, Alberta, about 10 or 15 minutes from where we are right now. And I want that promise for every single Canadian. That is our purpose. This is our plan. Let's get it done. Thank you very much.
Again, well said, right? That's the thing about Pierre. He's such a good speaker, and he's a confident speaker. You can tell by the look on his face. He's just oozing with confidence, and that's what we need. Not some rich old white man. Isn't the left supposed to hate people like that? I've always heard that complaint. Oh, these rich old white men. Well, why would you vote for one? Because you're conservatism, you're anti-common sense, you're easily indoctrinated and propagandized brain just can't get you past the fact that the conservatives are evil. Yeah, the conservatives haven't been in power federally for over 10 years, and it's gotten considerably worse, obviously, in every metric. What's gotten better? Yeah, you hear that silence? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any ideas. Maybe there's been something good. I just haven't seen it yet. And a lot of people are in bad shape, more so than there has been in a very long time. Failed and broken promises. Tough guy talk during the campaign. It worked to get him elected, but then now that he's elected, we'll go to work for 3 weeks and take a 12-week vacation. It's absolutely sick, and I'm glad that Pierre Poilievre was putting pressure on this guy to actually do something. And yes, people will say, well, these things are too ambitious. Yeah, well, it's good to be ambitious. You should shoot for the stars. And if you fail sometimes, but you tried, that's what you just have to try. And they're not trying. But either way, let me know what you guys think. I thought Pierre did a great job here. And again, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help grow the channel. Please leave your comments. Please share the video to anyone you know. Thanks for watching. I'll be back shortly with a new one.